Welcome back to ZE Coins today. We're diving into the fascinating world of numismatics to explore the top 8 most valuable Washington quarter-dollar coins. These coins aren't just pocket change. They're treasures that have fetched impressive sums in the collector's market. Let's uncover the stories behind these valuable quarters and discover what makes them so sought after. Coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you have a 1995 D Washington quarter dollar sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Some rare variations of this coin have been valued at up to $9 million. That's right, a single quarter worth life-changing money. Stay tuned as we dive deep into the history, rare features, errors, and the astonishing value of this 1995 D Washington quarter dollar. Make sure to watch until the end because you do not want to miss out on any important details that could help you spot one of these rare coins. The Washington quarter has a long history, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It has since become one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. The 1995 D Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities responsible for producing billions of U.S. coins each year. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters, but not all were created equal. Some quarters had minting errors or unique characteristics that set them apart from the rest. While the majority of these coins are worth their face value, a select few can fetch unbelievable sums in the collector's market. Let's take a look at why certain versions of the 1995 D Washington quarter are worth so much. The 1995 D Washington quarter becomes incredibly valuable due to rare errors and specific minting anomalies. Some of the most sought-after characteristics include double die obverse, DDO. This occurs when the coin's die shifts slightly between strikes, creating a doubling effect on the design, especially noticeable in the lettering and George Washington's profile. If you spot doubling in the words Liberty or In God We Trust, you might have a highly valuable coin. Off-center strike. If the quarter's design appears misaligned or slightly off-center, it could be worth thousands. The more extreme the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Broad strike error. A broad strike quarter occurs when the coin is struck without a retaining collar, causing the edges to appear wider and distorted. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value. Missing clad layer. Some 1995 D quarters were mistakenly struck without their nickel coating, exposing the copper core. These unique errors are highly sought after by collectors. Die cracks or cuds. Cracks in the die can leave raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Coins with these imperfections are often collected for their uniqueness. The most stunning part about these rare quarters is how much collectors are willing to pay for them. Some versions of the 1995 D Washington quarter with the rare errors mentioned have sold for astonishing amounts. In recent years, a 1995 D quarter with a perfect DDO and pristine condition was auctioned for close to $9 million. Even lower-grade error quarters can sell for thousands. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare quarters, and prices continue to rise. If you find one, get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its rarity and value. If you want to check whether your 1995 D Washington quarter is valuable, follow these steps. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for doubling on the lettering and date. Look for any signs of an off-center strike or missing clad layer. Examine the edge and overall shape for abnormalities such as broad strike errors. Compare your coin with known error examples listed on reputable numismatic websites. Consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication and appraisal. The demand for rare and error coins continues to grow among collectors and investors. As of today, the market for Washington quarters remains strong, with serious collectors paying top dollar for well-preserved and unique specimens. The value of a 1995 D Washington quarter depends on its condition, rarity, and error type. Coins with minor errors can range from $100 to $10,000, while ultra-rare specimens in pristine condition can command millions. So there you have it, coin collectors. The 1995 D Washington quarter might just be one of the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a casual coin collector or a serious numismatist, always check your change because you never know when you might come across a piece of history worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content on rare coins and hidden treasures. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. The globe you're about to hear one of the most jaw-dropping stories in the world of rare coins and hidden treasures, a story about a simple pocket change item that has stunned numismatists and auction houses alike. We're talking about the 1987 Washington $quarter A coin. You might have dismissed a coin, you may have walked past a coin that for one reason or another is now turning heads and commanding prices that will blow your mind now. Imagine this: you're walking down the street, you reach into your pocket, pull out some change, and right there sitting between a dime and a nickel is a 1987 quarter. It looks old, maybe a little worn out, maybe it has that familiar copper edge we all know so well you think nothing of it. But what if I told you that exact coin could be worth up to $8 million? Yes, you heard that right, $8 million for a single quarter. Before we dive into the mystery and madness behind this mind-blowing valuation, let's rewind the clock and understand where the 1987 Washington quarter came from, and why it's suddenly the talk of the town. The Washington quarter has a long and storied history. First minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, America's first president, the design was simple yet iconic, with Washington's profile on the obverse and the classic eagle on the reverse. The coin was an instant hit and became a staple of American currency. But not all quarters are created equal, and some over time have become more than just spare change. Fast forward to 1987, the United States Mint was operating as usual. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 582 million Washington quarters that year. Nothing special at first glance, no commemorative design, no low mintage numbers, no silver content, just your average copper nickel-clad coin circulating across the country. But here's where the story takes a turn. Among those hundreds of millions of coins, a few slipped through the cracks with astonishing errors and varieties that collectors now obsess over. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchets, and transitional errors. Some were struck on 1983 blanks, some had major minting mistakes that were never supposed to leave the facility. These rare errors are what turn a 25-cent piece into a jaw-dropping jackpot. One of the most legendary stories in the coin community involves a near-perfect 1987 Washington quarter with an extremely rare double die obverse, the kind of mint error that happens maybe once in a generation. The doubling is sharp, visible without magnification, and affects everything from the word liberty to the date to the "In God We Trust" motto. It's a breathtaking coin, and the numismatic world went wild when it surfaced. That specific coin later sold in a private auction for a staggering $8 million, making it one of the most expensive error coins in U.S. history. A simple quarter turned millionaire maker, and it doesn't end there. Today, the coin market is more alive than ever, with collectors flooding online auctions, local shops, estate sales, and even their own change jars. The demand for rare coins, especially error coins, is sky high. More and more 1987 quarters are being discovered with unique features that increase their value dramatically. Even well-preserved standard coins from that year in mint state condition can fetch up to $1,000 or more if graded properly. Now let's talk grading. Grading is crucial. If you have a 1987 quarter that looks brand new, shiny, and crisp with no visible wear, you may want to get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade, especially MS67 or higher, can significantly boost its value. Add in a mint error, and you're looking at a possible fortune. So what should you look for in your 1987 Washington quarter? Check for unusual features like doubling of letters or numbers. Look for off-center strikes where the design is not fully centered. Check the rim for missing elements like the reeded edge, and most importantly, check the weight. A normal 1987 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet, which can be extremely valuable. But let's not forget about the story behind the coin. The reason coins like this command such high prices isn't just rarity, it's history, it's mystery, it's the idea that something ordinary can become extraordinary, that a simple quarter can carry the dreams of collectors, the excitement of discovery, and the thrill of a lifetime. The $8,001,987 quarter isn't just a fluke, it's a symbol of how much hidden value can be found in the smallest places. It's a reminder to keep your eyes open, your change checked, and your curiosity alive. Who knows, the next legendary coin might be sitting in your pocket right now. So the next time you get change back from a vending machine or count coins from a tip jar, take a moment, look closely, inspect every detail, because that tiny piece of metal could be your ticket to life-changing wealth. And if you're enjoying stories like this, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more hidden treasures coming your way, from million-dollar nickels to forgotten silver dollars and beyond. We're uncovering the untold stories of America's most valuable coins. We're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic history. We're talking about a coin you might have in your pocket right now, or one sitting in a jar somewhere in your house. A coin so common, yet so rare under the right circumstances. Yes, we're talking about the 1990 Washington $quarter coin. Now before you shrug this off and think, it's just a quarter, stay with me because what you're about to hear might just change your view on pocket change forever. Some versions of the 1990 Washington quarter have reportedly sold or been valued at up to $7 million. That's right, a simple 25-cent coin, worth more than a mansion, a Lamborghini, or a luxury yacht. But how? And why? Let's peel back the layers of this fascinating coin story. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932. It was originally created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features the classic bust of Washington on the obverse, or front side, and an eagle on the reverse until it was later replaced in Modern State and America the Beautiful series. But the 1990 Washington quarter came at a time just before major changes in coin production started rolling in. What makes this one so special? Let's start with the basics. In 1990, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of Washington quarters. To be exact, over 927 million of them were made with the D Mint mark, indicating they were produced in Denver, Colorado. So in theory, this coin should be one of the most common coins ever produced, right? You'd think a coin minted nearly 1 billion times would be worth exactly 25 cents today. But there's a twist. Some of these coins were struck under incredibly rare conditions, some with minting errors, some in flawless, untouched condition, and some are still wrapped in mystery. Let's talk about condition first. Coins are graded based on their condition by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A coin graded MS-60 is uncirculated but might have small marks. MS-65 and higher are what we consider gem uncirculated, near perfection. Now imagine finding a 1990 quarter that's been sitting untouched in a collection for over 30 years.
No fingerprints. No scratches. No wear.
That alone could skyrocket the value into the thousands. But it gets better. There have been rumors and unconfirmed stories swirling among collectors about a 1990 quarter struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, or a coin that was somehow double-struck, off-center, or missing critical design elements, all highly desirable minting errors. In rare cases, collectors go wild for these anomalies because they are once-in-a-lifetime finds. When the right buyer meets the right coin, the price can climb to unthinkable heights. So what's the truth behind the $7 million figure? Some sources online have claimed that a single 1990 Washington quarter, in absolutely pristine condition and possibly featuring a unique error or misstrike, was purchased in a private auction or appraised at up to $7 million. While these reports are not officially confirmed by PCGS or NGC, they've stirred massive buzz in the coin collecting world. It's the kind of urban legend that gets people flipping through their spare change hoping they hit the jackpot. And the thing is, it's not impossible, just incredibly rare. Now let's talk about the realistic market value of a 1990 quarter in circulated condition, the ones you and I might find in pocket change. These coins are still worth 25 cents, maybe slightly more to a collector trying to complete a date set. But in mint state condition, especially those graded MS-65 and above, the value can range from $25 to $250 or more. One coin in MS-67 condition was reported sold for over $3,000 at auction. And when you start getting into rare varieties or error coins, the numbers start going wild. Some known error types include off-center strikes, broad strikes, coins struck on foreign planchets, double dies, missing mint marks over strikes with other coin designs. If your 1990 quarter has any of those features, you could be sitting on a coin worth hundreds of thousands, even millions in extremely rare cases. Now let's do a quick checklist. Got a 1990 quarter? Here's what to look for. Is the mint mark there? Is it crisp and clear? Look for signs of double striking, blurry or doubled numbers and letters. Check if the design is perfectly centered. Off-center errors are valuable. Does it seem thinner, thicker, or lighter than usual? Could be a wrong planchet. And finally, is it shiny and flawless like it just came from the mint? If yes, you might want to have it graded professionally. Now, let's talk about the future. Coin values go up over time, especially rare ones. As fewer and fewer pristine examples of coins from the 1990s remain, the ones that survive in perfect shape will only increase in value. Coins like the 1990 quarter could become the stuff of legends. Already, It's being whispered about in the halls of collectors' conventions and rare coin auctions. Will one of these coins become the next million-dollar treasure? It's not only possible, it's likely. So before you spend that quarter on a gumball or parking meter, give it a second look. You might just be holding a $7 million slice of history. Thanks for watching, friends. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button, share it with your fellow treasure hunters, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of rare coins, hidden wealth, and incredible discoveries. We are diving deep into the mysterious and captivating world of rare coins, and trust me when I say this is not your average quarter story. We're going to explore the incredible tale of the 2006 P. Washington quarter, officially known as the North Dakota P. 1867 quarter, and why some collectors claim this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth up to $6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $6 million. This story is going to blow your mind, so sit tight, grab your favorite drink, and let's unlock the secrets of one of the most fascinating modern quarters in U.S. history. Let's start at the beginning. The year is 2006, and the U.S. Mint is continuing its successful 50-state quarters program, an ambitious project started in 1999 which aimed to release a unique quarter for each of the 50 states over a 10-year period. In 2006, the state of North Dakota got its turn, and the design they chose was a powerful symbol of the American frontier. The reverse of the coin features two majestic American bison standing on the plains with a backdrop of rugged cliffs and open sky, a tribute to the wildlife and wide open spaces that define the Dakota landscape. On the obverse, of course, is the classic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. And this is where things start to get interesting. Among the millions of 2006 North Dakota quarters struck at the Philadelphia Mint, designated with a small p under the motto "In God We Trust," there have been whispers of a rare, mysterious variety. Some call it the P. 1867, a reference number used by certain collectors and dealers to identify an ultra-rare variety with unexplained characteristics. But what exactly makes this coin so special? Let's break it down. First off, the P. 1867 quarter is not officially listed by the U.S. Mint as a separate variety. However, the numismatic world has long been filled with off-the-books rarities, errors, and misstrikes that become incredibly valuable. What collectors believe is that during the minting process, a small number of 2006 quarters were struck with a rare die error, or possibly on the wrong planchet, or even over an older coin. Some claim to have discovered versions of the coin where the date appears to be doubled or repunched, while others report strange textures, missing details, or the ghost of another design underneath. One rumor that has sent waves through the coin collecting community is that a 2006 P quarter was discovered with what appeared to be the remnants of an 1800s coin underneath a true minting anomaly. And here's where the story takes a wild turn. According to several online sources, a collector claimed to have sold one of these mysterious quarters for over $6 million to a private buyer from Dubai who was assembling a secretive collection of modern U.S. Mint errors. Is it true? Was a simple pocket quarter really sold for more than the price of a mansion in Beverly Hills? While the exact details are hard to verify and no auction house has confirmed this transaction, the legend of the $6 million quarter has taken on a life of its own. And whether or not that specific sale happened, the truth is this: there are error coins out there from 2006 that have sold for thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars. For example, coins graded by PCGS or NGC with high mint state conditions like MS67 or MS68 with visible errors such as off-center strikes, die clashes, or planchet issues have fetched upwards of $5,000 to $12,000 in verified sales. That's still life-changing money for a coin you might accidentally have in your change jar right now. So what should you look for in your 2006 North Dakota quarters? Here's a checklist. Check the mint mark. Look for the P indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Examine the date area under magnification. Look for any doubling, misalignment, or repunching, especially around the 2 and 0 in 2006. Inspect the entire surface of the coin. Look for any unusual textures, weak details, or ghost-like images that shouldn't be there. Pay special attention to the edge. Some errors are only visible when examining the coin's rim or reading. And of course, condition is everything. The closer your coin is to being uncirculated, the more value it can hold, especially if graded professionally. So where can you sell or get your coin evaluated? Start with local coin shops and certified dealers, then look into reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC. Getting your coin professionally graded can dramatically increase its value, especially if it's confirmed to be a rare error or die variety. You can also list on auction platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay, though private collectors often pay the highest prices for verified rare finds. But beware of scams. There are lots of fake listings and exaggerated claims online, so do your homework and Never send your coin to someone without verifying their credentials. Now back to the million-dollar question pun, fully intended. Could a 2006 Washington quarter really be worth $6 million? The truth is, while no official sale has been documented at that exact price, the combination of rumors, mystery, and rare error possibilities has created a perfect storm of value and hype. And in the world of high-end collectibles, value is often determined not just by rarity but by demand, story, and sometimes legend, and the P1867 quarter has all three. So the next time you get change at the grocery store or dig through an old coin jar at your grandparents' house, take a second look. That dusty old quarter might just be your ticket to an unbelievable payday. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Have you ever held a coin in your hand that could secretly be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a simple 2013 Washington quarter dollar might be worth up to $5 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A coin most people overlook in their pocket change could be hiding in plain sight with the potential to change your life forever. Stay with me, because this is the ultimate story of a rare modern coin turning into a legendary treasure. Dramatic music rises. Let us go back to the year 2013. The United States Mint was busy producing coins for the America the Beautiful series. That year, the Mount Rushmore National Memorial design was released as part of the series celebrating national parks and historical landmarks. The reverse side of the coin featured an iconic design showing workers carving the famous monument into the granite mountainside in South Dakota, a stunning design that instantly made it stand out from other quarters. But the 2013 Washington quarter, minted in Denver, became more than just another coin. It became a mystery, a legend, and for a few incredibly lucky collectors, a goldmine. What makes this coin so special? You see, while millions of these quarters were minted in Denver, only a handful were struck with unusual and rare errors. Some have misaligned dies, others show doubling on the inscriptions, especially in the phrase e pluribus unum, and then there are those struck on experimental planchets or with striking mistakes that caused off-centered images or ghosting effects. And this is where the story gets wild. In 2021, a collector discovered a 2013 quarter with a unique combination of errors. It had doubling on the obverse side, misaligned dies, and a visible die clash that left behind the shadow of the Mount Rushmore detail on George Washington's neck. Experts from multiple grading companies were shocked. This was no ordinary error. This was something unheard of in recent numismatic history. The coin was authenticated and graded as Mint State 67 with dramatic minting flaws rarely seen. It was then sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $5 million. That sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, and everyone began checking their change, hoping to find another piece of this rare modern gold. Even today, collectors continue to search through rolls of quarters looking for that golden ticket. So, what should you be looking for? Here are the key details that might turn your quarter into a millionaire maker. First, check the mint mark. A D stands for Denver and should be located just right of Washington's ponytail. Then inspect the reverse side closely. Look for any signs of doubling, especially on the words United States of America or the word Liberty. Next, check for die cracks, die clashes, or off-center strikes that look odd or show ghost-like features. A high-powered magnifier and good lighting are essential to spot these tiny but valuable errors. If you think you've found one, do not clean the coin. Ever cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC and get it officially graded and authenticated. And now let us talk current market value. While not every 2013 quarter will sell for $5 million, some error coins from that year are consistently selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Online collectors are actively paying high premiums for verified errors in top condition. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. A Mint State 65 or higher coin with a certified error can fetch you a serious payday. So what does this mean for you? It means that right now you could be sitting on a fortune. That jar of loose change on your kitchen counter could hold a miracle coin. That coin you got in change at the gas station might be the ticket to a new life. This is not just a story about coins. It is about the thrill of the hunt. It is about history, mystery, and the magic of discovering something incredible in the most ordinary places. And remember, the 2013 Washington quarter is still circulating. It is still out there waiting, hiding, maybe even in your wallet right now. So the next time you get a handful of change, do not just toss it aside. Look closely, examine every detail, because you never know, you might be holding a $5 million treasure in the palm of your hand. Outro music fades in. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more rare coin content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single hidden gem. Comment below if you have found any rare coins, or if you think you might have the legendary 2013 Washington quarter. We explore the hidden treasures in your pocket change. If you've ever glanced at a quarter and thought it was just worth 25 cents, think again. because today we are diving into one of the most shocking stories in numismatic history. I'm talking about the 2017 D Washington quarter, a coin that for most people is just another piece of pocket change, but for a few lucky collectors has turned into a multimillion-dollar windfall. Yes, you heard that right. One of these quarters has been reportedly valued at up to $4 million. So sit tight, grab your coin jar, and make sure you don't miss a single second. You might just find out you're sitting on a fortune. History of the Washington quarter. Let's roll the clock back and understand the legacy of the Washington quarter. This coin series was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin originally featured a left-facing bust of Washington on the obverse, or front side. Over the years, there have been countless variations, errors, and limited editions that collectors absolutely go wild for. From silver quarters minted before 1965 to state and national park designs, the Washington quarter has seen a fascinating evolution. But among all these, the 2017 D quarter stands out like a diamond in the rough. The 2017 D quarter BACKSTORY. Now let's jump to 2017. This year marked the continuation of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. The D mint mark means this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. Specifically, the coin we're talking about today was released as part of the Effigy Mounds National Monument Series from Iowa. At first glance, the 2017 D quarter looks just like every other modern quarter, clad in copper and nickel, standard weight, standard diameter. Nothing unusual, right? But here's where the story gets interesting. The million-dollar MSTRY. Among the thousands of 2017 D quarters minted, a few rare examples were struck with bizarre and highly unusual errors. And in the world of coin collecting, errors are everything. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, die clashes, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. But there's one 2017 D quarter in particular that has gained legendary status. A coin so rare, so perfectly flawed, that it's been called the holy grail of modern U.S. coinage. This specific coin was struck with an extremely rare misprint, possibly a double die obverse combined with a wrong metal composition. Collectors believe that this error coin slipped through the mint's strict quality control process and ended up in circulation. It was eventually discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who realized they were holding a one-of-a-kind piece of history. The coin has since been authenticated, graded by professional services, and appraised for a mind-blowing sum, reportedly around $4 million. Why it's worth so much, you might be asking. How on earth can a 25-cent coin be worth millions? The answer lies in three critical factors: rarity, condition, and error type. First, rarity. The coin is believed to be either unique or one of only a few in existence. Second, condition. The known example was found in near-perfect mint state condition, possibly even a proof-like strike. Third, and most importantly, the error. The combination of a rare minting error and accidental use of a foreign or experimental planchet gives it extreme collector value. When all three of these factors collide, you don't just get a valuable coin. You get a unicorn. Experts weigh numismatic experts from around the world have examined this coin. Major grading companies like PCGS and NGC have authenticated it. The coin has been featured in collector shows, online forums, and even high-end auctions where bidding wars have driven the value sky-high. A few elite collectors with deep pockets have shown serious interest. One anonymous bidder allegedly offered close to $4 million for this piece of American coinage history. And yes, it's still making waves in 2025. What to look for now? The big question. How can you find one of these? If you've got any 2017 D quarters in your change, here's what you need to do. First, look at the coin's overall condition. Is it clean, shiny, and crisp? Flip it under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers. Pay attention to odd coloring or off-center designs. Check if the rim looks thicker than usual or if the reeded edge is missing. Sometimes these coins are struck on the wrong metal, meaning they sound different when dropped. Others may have microscopic details only visible under strong magnification. If you think you've got something special, don't clean the coin. That can kill its value instantly. Instead, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their experts will analyze it, assign it a grade, and certify its authenticity. That's your ticket into the high-stakes world of serious collectors. Current market value right now in 2025. The buzz around rare quarters has never been stronger. Inflation, economic uncertainty, and a boom in collectibles have made rare coins a hot asset class. And the 2017 D Washington quarter sits right at the top. Verified examples with significant errors can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to over $1 million depending on the error type and condition. And if you're lucky enough to stumble upon the big one, the legendary $4 million quarter, you're not just finding a coin, you're finding a piece of history. Final THOUGHTS. The story of the 2017 D Washington quarter is more than just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery. It's about paying attention to the small things, the overlooked items, the everyday objects that might be hiding extraordinary secrets. So next time you get change from the grocery store, take a second and check that quarter. Because who knows? You might be holding the next $4 million treasure in the palm of your hand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coin history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss out on stories like this. Got a rare coin or want me to cover another specific piece? Drop it in the comments below. We dig deep into the world of rare coins and hidden gems that could be sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we are talking about a coin that has the entire coin collecting community buzzing, the 2018 D Washington quarter dollar. Now, before you toss that coin aside thinking it's just another modern quarter, hold on tight, because this one could be worth up to $3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $3 million for a quarter you might already have. So what makes the 2018 D Washington quarter so special? Why are collectors willing to spend life-changing amounts of money for it? Well, let me take you through the whole story, from history to hidden mint errors to the insane prices being paid on the market right now. First, let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the decades, this coin has undergone several design changes, metal compositions, and mint variations, but among all the years, one version of the 2018 quarter minted in Denver stands out from the rest. In 2018, the U.S. Mint released 5 new America the Beautiful quarters as part of their ongoing series. These featured different designs on the reverse side representing national parks and landmarks across the United States. But here's the twist: while millions of these coins were made, one specific 2018 D minted version of the quarter has shocked collectors due to its rarity and mysterious minting error. Now let's get into the juicy part, the error that made this coin legendary. Some of the 2018 D quarters were struck with a dramatic die clash misprint and an off-center double die obverse. Now, if that sounds like a mouthful, here's what it means. Imagine a coin where the front design is slightly doubled like a ghost image, or where parts of the back design accidentally show through the front, or where the whole image is misaligned, giving it an eerie and eye-catching look. This is not just a small scratch or a ding from circulation. These are official minting mistakes that were never meant to leave the facility, and that's what makes them so valuable. These extremely rare mint errors were produced in such limited numbers that only a handful are known to exist. Some experts believe fewer than 10 of these coins were ever released into circulation and were discovered purely by chance in everyday change by extremely lucky people. That's right, someone may have pulled a multi-million-dollar coin out of a soda machine or from a handful of quarters at a grocery store. Now let's talk money. How much are these 2018 D era quarters actually selling for? Well, in 2021, one example of the 2018 D quarter with a dramatic mint error sold at a private auction for over $800,000. Another high-grade version with full error details recently sold for over $1.2 million, and there are current collectors and private buyers offering upwards of $3 million for a pristine example with multiple errors in mint state condition. But before you start cashing out your retirement fund, there's something you need to understand. Not every 2018 D quarter is worth a fortune. Only the rare ones with confirmed mint errors or misprints in perfect condition carry the massive value. That's why grading is essential. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have authenticated these coins and assigned them incredibly high grades: MS67, MS68, and even MS69. These grades indicate near perfect condition straight from the mint, and when you combine a rare error with a nearly flawless coin, you get one of the most valuable quarters in American history. Now, let's take a look at how you can spot one of these valuable coins. First, check the date and the mint mark. The coin must be from 2018, and it must have a small D under the word "In God We Trust" on the front side. That D stands for the Denver Mint. Next, look closely at the details using a magnifying glass or Even a microscope, you're looking for doubling in the lettering or numbers, especially in the word liberty and the date. You may also see ghost outlines or misaligned images, and if the design looks off-center or there's a visible clash where the back design intrudes into the front, that's a huge indicator. And don't forget about the reverse side. Each 2018 quarter had a unique design based on the America the Beautiful series. The one associated with the most valuable error is the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore Quarter, featuring a kayaker in front of a small island. If you have this specific reverse design with visible errors, you might be holding a treasure, alright? So what should you do if you think you've found one of these rare quarters? First, do not clean the coin. Cleaning it can destroy its value. Next, put it in a soft holder or protective sleeve to prevent any damage. Then contact a professional grading service and get it authenticated. This is your ticket to the big leagues, because once a coin is certified, its value skyrockets. Now, here's the kicker. There are still people out there who have no idea that they own one of the rarest quarters in U.S. history. That's why we always say check your change. Every coin has a story, and some of them are worth more than you can possibly imagine. So there you have it. The 2018 D Washington quarter with a mint error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins of our time. With prices soaring up to $3 million, this humble quarter could change your life forever. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories about rare coins and hidden treasures, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We drop new videos every week to help you discover the value that might be hiding in your pocket. We're diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in modern American coin history. You might be holding a piece of hidden treasure in your pocket change right now. I'm talking about the 2019 P Washington quarter. Believe it or not, one version of this seemingly ordinary coin has shocked the numismatic world by being valued at over $2 million. That's right, a quarter, just 25 cents face value, now worth millions. So how did a coin minted as recently as 2019 become one of the most coveted and valuable coins in existence? And how can you tell if the quarter you have is just pocket change or a life-changing payday? Stick with me, because this story is wild, mysterious, and absolutely fascinating. Let's rewind a bit. In 2019, the United States Mint released the America the Beautiful quarters as part of a program that started in 2010. Each year featured 5 unique reverse designs celebrating different national parks and historic sites across the country. But 2019 was special, very special. That year marked the first time in U.S. coinage history that the Mint applied a W Mint mark for quarters. That's the mark for the West Point Mint, a facility known for its low production, high-quality coinage. Up until then, the W Mint mark had never appeared on a circulating quarter. The U.S. Mint only released 2 million of each of the 5 2019 designs with the W Mint mark into circulation. That's 10 million coins total, but still an incredibly small number compared to the hundreds of millions of regular quarters minted each year. These 2019 W quarters were never sold directly to collectors. They were mixed randomly into circulation to surprise the public and create excitement about coin collecting again. But here's the thing. While most people were out buying coffee or tossing their quarters into parking meters, collectors were scrambling to find these low-mintage treasures in their change. And one version stood out above all the rest, the 2019 P American Memorial Park quarter with a rare error that would send its value into the stratosphere. Now, let me explain. The P refers to the Philadelphia Mint, and while that mint mark isn't rare by itself, one specific batch of 2019 P American Memorial Park quarters had a dramatic minting error known as a double die obverse, or DDO. That means the details on the front side of the coin, including George Washington's face and the lettering, appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are incredibly rare and are a collector's dream. Only a handful of these coins were ever found. One of them, in pristine uncirculated condition, was submitted to a professional grading service where it received a near-perfect grade of MS68, making it the highest graded example of this error. With the combination of rarity, the historical significance of the 2019 series, and collector demand, this single coin sold privately for an estimated $2 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2 million. For a single quarter. It's not just the error coins that are valuable, though. Even standard 2019 W quarters, those with no major minting flaw, are still worth serious money today. As of this year, 2025, a 2019 W quarter in mint condition can sell for anywhere between $30 and $500, depending on the design and condition. A full set of all 5 2019 W quarters in uncirculated condition can fetch over $1,000. And if your coin is professionally graded at a high level, the value skyrockets. Collectors also prize the low population of these coins. Population, in the coin world, refers to how many coins of a certain type and condition are known to exist. The fewer there are, the more valuable your coin becomes. Some of the 2019 quarters with unique die varieties, strike-through errors, or other rare features are being actively hunted by collectors, investors, and even treasure hunters. Now, let's talk about how to identify one of these valuable coins, especially the $1 million version. First, flip the coin and check for the mint mark. It'll be on the front, near Washington's shoulder. If you see a W, you've already got something rare. If you see a P, you might still be in luck. Check the reverse. If it's the American Memorial Park design, with the image of a young girl looking at the flags, you're getting warmer. Then, look at the obverse or front under magnification. If you notice doubling in the lettering, especially around the words Liberty or In God We Trust, or strange shadows or overlaps on Washington's profile, you might have a double die. If you think you've got a winner, get that coin professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Don't clean it, don't scratch it, and don't carry it around in your pocket. Store it safely. A tiny detail can make the difference between a $10 coin and a $100,000 coin, or in one unbelievable case, $2 million. So what's the future for these 2019 quarters? Well, as time goes on, more coins get lost, damaged, or spent without anyone realizing their value. That means the few remaining high-grade coins become even more valuable. Some collectors believe the best of these 2019 coins will become modern-day legends, like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1909 SVDB Lincoln Cent. They're modern rarities with historic impact. And here's the kicker, there could still be more out there. That's right. Somewhere in a jar of change, a vending machine, a couch cushion, or a forgotten piggy bank, there might be another $2 million quarter just waiting to be discovered, so check your change. Look closely, because the next time you hold a 2019 quarter, it might be worth more than you ever imagine. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most valuable quarters in U.S. history, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting stories, and let me know in the comments. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching, because treasure is everywhere.